Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Lacking professional skill or expertise. A very amateurish job. Engaged in as a pastime. An amateur painter. An athlete who does not play for pay. Someone who pursues a study or sport as a pastime. Lacking professional skill or expertise. A very amateurish job. Lacking professional skill or expertise. Inexpert but conscientious efforts. Lacking professional skill or expertise. An unskilled painting. Not doing a good job. Not having or showing or requiring special skill or proficiency. Unskilled in the art of rhetoric. Engaged in as a pastime. Recreational golfers. Of or relating to recreation. A recreational area with a pool and ball fields. Without payment. The soup kitchen was run primarily by unpaid helpers. Engaged in as a pastime. Unpaid extras in the documentary. Not paid. Unpaid wages. Not characteristic of or befitting a profession or one engaged in a profession. Described in unprofessional language so that high school students could understand it. Not professional. Not engaged in a profession or engaging in as a profession or for gain. The non-professional wives of his male colleagues. A person trained to compete in sports. A support for the genitals worn by men engaging in strenuous exercise. A person trained to compete in sports. The immaterial part of a person. The actuating cause of an individual life. Deep feeling or emotion. A human being. A secular form of gospel that was a major black musical genre in the 1960s and 1970s. Soul was politically significant during the civil rights movement. The human embodiment of something. The soul of honor. Characteristic of or meant for a single person or thing. An individual serving. Being or characteristic of a single thing or person. Individual drops of rain. A human being. Separate and distinct from others of the same kind. Mark the individual pages. Concerning one person exclusively. We all have individual cars. A single organism. A human being. There was too much for one person to do. A grammatical category used in the classification of pronouns, possessive determiners, and verb forms according to whether they indicate the speaker, the addressee, or a third party. Stop talking about yourself in the third person. A human body, usually including the clothing. A weapon was hidden on his person. A human being. Causing or capable of causing death. Mortal combat. A human being. Involving loss of divine grace or spiritual death. Subject to death. Mortal beings. Unrelenting and deadly. Mortal enemy. A human being. Someone who enjoys outdoor activities. Someone who enjoys outdoor activities. someone who leads a merry existence, especially a gambler on the outcome of sporting events. An amateur who engages in an activity without serious intentions and who pretends to have knowledge. Any of numerous shallow water ducks that feed by upending and dabbling. A person who pursues an activity in their spare time for pleasure. A person who identifies and studies birds in their natural habitats. A person who identifies and studies birds in their natural habitats. A zoologist who studies birds. An amateur who engages in an activity without serious intentions and who pretends to have knowledge. An amateur who engages in an activity without serious intentions and who pretends to have knowledge. Showing frivolous or superficial interest, amateurish.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.